With aces for sure.
Aces for sure. David Winters picks up the pot.
But I couldn't believe he dogged it on the end.
I was a little surprised myself.
Nerves.
I think I would have put a little bet out there.
I'll take what I got, though.
Hey, okay, you're entitled.
Pretty good pot anyway, this early.
Biggest tournament he's ever played in. David Winters making the biggest pot of the day so far with his pocket aces. Fine start. What you got here is a couple of young guys who maybe don't even know who they're dealing with Captain Tom, who's $452,000 winner 1 month ago. Boys, you're playing with the wrong guy.
Plenty of people here will talk with you. Just both
Yeah, they're all talking to me.
If you want to talk, you can put on the casino,
You guys need to either shut up, put up, and let's gamble.
You want all the money.
I don't have to borrow. You know, guys that actually play poker for a living, we have money.
You have to learn
And guess what? If we don't, all I got to do is snap my fingers and I'll have money. By the way, how old are you?
You want to act?
How old?
No,
13.
Different.
He's 13. He's played more hands than I have.
All right, T4. Let's go.
It's on you.
You can talk in French or don't French. Or don't talk.
Don't limp now.
Go back to your internet world and play with yourself in your room.
Come on. Come on.
And I mean that literally.
Frank Franklin why would walk over there because he has an ego problem. And plus,
He had a 30-60 game rule.
and plus, you know, he lies so much. You know what he said on the DVDs? I got him involved in a DVD with us. He told me they won 124 tournaments. I couldn't think of 5. He told me they won 124 tournaments.
Shuffle them up.
If they were $20
I was going to say
buy-ins.
they're $20 buy-in.
TJ Kuche.
Hi, TJ! Welcome to all of you. Play good poker tomorrow because I'm going to be in there trying to beat you all. Now, I know everybody's going to enjoy themselves tonight, and I'm going to tell you one poker story. I always have to tell a poker story when I'm up there. When I was playing in Dallas in 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there used to be a guy named George McGann playing there. George McGann was a stone killer. He carried 2 guns under his suit coat. And he loved to play poker, but he couldn't play with a damn. And they used to have a guy that played him head up all the time named Tippy Toe Joe Schatzman. In the old days, we had lots of names like this. And he beat the pants off George every time they played head up. Well, one time they were playing head up and George got tired of it and he pulled out his guns and he told Tippy Toe Joe, he says, "Now give me all the money you won from me today and all the money you have on you." Well, Tippy Toe Joe had $10,000 and $100 traveler's checks on him. And he made him sign every single one of them. Now, when they're going down the stairs after this is all over, they're walking down the stairs together from this place. And Joe's thinking, well, I've been beating this guy for months. And he leaned over and he told George McGann, he said, "George, we're not going to let this little incident ruin our poker game, are we?" So that's a pretty good little poker story, and it's a true one.
I am a winning player. I've won, this is my 4th trip, and I've got one more coming up. I've got that, so I've won 5 large tournaments.
First down. I'm supposed to be chasing you down the hall, man. This is bad news.
First down.
What happened?
A lot of, bad hands. Had ace queen suited and ace king. I had a club draw. So, ran to 4 5s, and then pocket jacks and pocket kings finished me off. So good game. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the holiday.
Thank you very
The
much.
cards are there, and the players are there, and the moves are there that you're going to do, basically, and so I don't really think that would be a problem with that.
Back to the action at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. Still in level 1, blinds are just 25, the big blind of 50, and Jeff Cazal has the button in seat number 9, TJ with the Jack 8 in the big blind,
Queen 10 in early position's a good fold. You might play it in middle position, late position, but not in early. Ace 3 on the button for Jeff. David Winter's out. Yanni's out.
Raise to 200.
Folds to Jeff. Cazal on the button, who raises to 200. Standard raise with the blind of 50. Ray Sanchez in the small blind. 9-8 offsuit's going to call. TJ folds his Jack-8 offsuit in the big blind. It is still level 1. Ray's got 10,000 chips. He's going to gamble a couple hundred here and try and hit a big flop. Implied odds is the term, and you think your opponent's going to have trouble putting down a big hand.
400.
Jeff bets 400 into the pot. He's got top pair. He's got the best hand. Out of position, bottom pair, Ray's going to call. He's looking to make 2 pair or a set on the turn, and he believes that Jeff, if he has the ace, will pay him off. Jack pairs the board. Change of tactics for Ray. He's going to represent 3 jacks, 600. Jeff's got a decision. You can re-raise in this spot and say, hey, I've got an ace. I'm not kidding around. Or you can just call. The downside to the call is that it essentially declares your hand to your opponent. The upside is that if you are beat, you're minimizing your loss. What does Ray want to do now? Here comes the river. Ray pairs his 9. Doesn't change anything. He's now got 2 pair jacks and 9s instead of jacks and 8s. Although the flush is completed. Jeff's got to be worried. Now there's a flush on board. Oh, and Ray's betting. It's a good bluff, but it's a daring bluff because Jeff really has declared, I have an ace. Boy, oh boy. Jeff's told you he's got an ace. He's told you, I've got top pair, Ray. Ray says, I think I can take you off your hand. And he can. Nice bet. I tell you. Ray's trouble. He's a difficult player. He's the kind of player you don't want to play against. He's going to be a tough, tough opponent through these whole 4 days if you can survive and get past TJ on his left. Jeff's got to think about it. You always got to think about it when you put down top pair. Did I get bluffed? Did I put down the best hand, or was it a brilliant fold? You got to think about it. You got to ask yourself whether or not that guy right there stole your chips. Back to the action at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. There's one of our furthest traveled players at the feature table with TJ. That's Jonathan Yevnili from Israel. Goes by Yanni. Yanni at the feature table with TJ. He's in seat 8. He's the small blind with King 10. Jeff Cazal in the big blind with a pocket deuces. Ray Sanchez folds his queen deuce. I don't know whether Yanni's playing poker or trying to drum up a backgammon game. I've seen him carrying a backgammon set around the resort.
You don't want to play me
And Tornau, King 4 suited, is going to put in a raise.
I get a few friends that play a little backgammon.
$1.50. Raise 150. Said I play like shit. You don't want to play me.
TJ announces he's got a few friends play a little backgammon. Yanni, if you're looking.
I don't want to
How much money do you play for? How much money do you play for?
TJ knows some gamblers, Yanni. I'd be careful.
Yeah, I can find you all the action you want. Don't worry about it.
3 players.
3 players to the flop. 8, 9, queen.
You gonna play Gus Hansen or one of those guys?
Check.
Check from Jeff. Carton's going to put out a standard continuation bet.
Who? Gus Hansen? No way.
Right now they rate him that.
Hand of poker going on. Yanni's still stalking smack. David Winter folds. He folds his. He's got second pair and a gut shot. He lays it down. Jeff puts down his pocket deuces, and Carton picks up
You want to
a
be
pot.
number 1. Doesn't matter what you do. You have to do it all the time.
Nice little steal
You can do different
for
stuff,
Carton
you know?
Tornau from Copenhagen.
I'm not that
Meantime,
good either,
Yanni's still
'cause
getting
I'm
into his
playing
TJ.
poker, I'm doing sport, but I know people that just sit and play backgammon. Can beat those guys.
How about Mike Novotny? You know him?
Who?
Mike Novotny.
No. I don't know that.
Blind still 25 and 50. Jeff Cazal in seat 9 with a small blind, and Ray Sanchez in seat 2 with the big
At the
blind.
same time, I was in Monte Carlo.
Looking at a lot of junk in the hole this hand.
They say he plays good. I never watched him.
Yanni's out. Jeff's out. It's a walk.
I know Eric Seidel likes to play it.
Free pot for Ray Sanchez.
Billy Horan, Jason Lester. They used to play all the time. They don't play anymore.
These guys are still talking backgammon.
One time they were very, very good.